The holiday season can be a lot, from trips to the grocery store and trips to the liquor store to make sure you have everything you need food and drink wise, to the stress of making sure you have everything down pat for when your guests arrive. Things can be a little bit of a tizzy. But this year, we have phenomenal holiday cocktail recipes to get you through this season. So as the name suggests, this is obviously a hot cocktail. So first things first, you're gonna wanna make sure that the cider you're using is warm. What we're gonna start out with is 1.5 ounces of cinnamon infused brandy. You can build this directly in your glass. Since we have the cider and the brandy separate, that's what we're gonna do. You can also just feel free to toss the brandy directly into that pot that you're warming up your cider in. And then from there, you can either just top off here, but we're gonna measure with about 4 ounces. Once you have your mixture in your mug, we need a garnish. So I'm gonna take some apples here that we have pre-sliced, just to make it a little nicer. I'm gonna fan them out a tiny bit, just because it looks so cute. Here we go. Margaritas are one of the world's most famous cocktails, and if you're alive, you probably understand why. They are damn delicious. But what's better than a margarita than a holiday riff on a margarita? So starting out, we're just gonna chuck in some ice into our cocktail shaker. And from there, grab 1.5 ounces of some reposado tequila, tossing it right on top. Then we have 1/2 ounce cranberry juice going in, with some lime juice, and 1/2 ounce of some spiced pear syrup. Shaking this up. All right, and then straining into your favorite glass. We're gonna garnish with a lovely little pear fan and a few cranberries for some extra little pizzazz in there. Once you have your garnish and your pear fan finally figured out and hopefully laid beautifully on top of your winter margarita, take a sip and enjoy. Up next, we have the Sweater Weather, a winterized cosmopolitan variation coming to us from Katie Kennedy of the Cocktail Kingdom. To start off, we're gonna begin, like the Cosmopolitan, with 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 ounces of an herbed cranberry syrup, which you can make at home using things like thyme and sage and bay leaves, and it's just absolutely delicious. Make it immediately, leave it in your fridge all winter long. After you add that, we have 1/2 ounce of some lime juice, 1/4 ounce of blood orange aperitivo. Shake it up, strain into your favorite glass. A coupe does perfectly here. Then to top it all off, you're gonna wanna garnish with a dehydrated lime wheel. Chuck that right on top. Once you've got your garnish on top, cheers and enjoy. Last but certainly not least, we have the Calvados Old Fashioned, which takes the classic and puts a spin on it by swapping out the base spirit with some Calvados and apple-infused brandy. To get us started, we want our mixing glass. Ideally, you're gonna want a fairly large thing of ice there, maybe 1 or 2 to get everything nice and diluted. And then we have 2 ounces of our Calvados. Honey syrup, lovely, gorgeous. And then 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, but only if the bottle is bigger than your head. It doesn't taste the same if it comes from anything smaller. I'm obviously kidding, but this is the funniest bottle of Ango I've ever seen in my entire life. Then, once you have everything in your glass, you're gonna wanna mix it up. Once you have everything nice and mixed, reminder to go around your glass 40, 50-ish times when you're mixing, just to make sure everything is nice and diluted and also nice and cold. Nobody wants to be drinking a warm old fashioned. Then make sure you have a big cube of ice in your rocks glass, and strain your Calvados Old Fashioned right on top, and then garnish with an apple fan. Beautiful. Look how well I did that, everybody. Amazing. Cheers.